We mo be akwaba eba Melodies TV so. We are. You wait for the question I want to ask on this particular issue. But we there. Yet baby in some way na Ghana for baby cry nim. Ena ende Napo ababe kasa train na young consent so Napo say he's under investigation by the BNI. Media still a didn't NIB but me friend the BNI because BNI no na ehu. It's Napo say he's under investigation by the BNI. Na let's read the details of the investigation, right? Napo himself, Ababonti Ababeka, and then we'll ask certain questions. You want to wait for the questions we are going to ask. Now, I'll say Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, a former Minister of Education, has disclosed that he visited the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, to respond to inquiries regarding his tenure in the previous administration. According to Dr. Opoku Prempeh, who also served as the vice presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party in the 2024 elections, he quietly honored the invitation and provided all the information requested by the state investigative body. Iti Napo say, BNI for tonsa freno. In sensembia e course under wono Napo. Ye tonsa freno. Oko ye no. O de ne bibia kwa akotuja. O ona invitation no. Oko ye ne information bia BNI for bisa bia no. Ono Napo or de akwa akotuja. O see in an interview with 1957 News, which was shared on social media, Dr. Opoku Prempeh stated that as a law-abiding citizen who once held high public office, he could not decline the NIB's invitation, especially as he has a clear conscience. And you see, in someone Napo Kaninano, he's throwing a jab. Napon someone walk Kaninano, he's throwing a jab. And you understand why I'm saying that. Also, one no or you find on him say one day bonnet. Na on him say Udim brasso. Ono Napo no or you find one day bonnet with dim brasso. On him say baby I didn't share say one boy juma biano boy juma pepe when we sike bia. Into your friend say one brano one train when one play the late artist a one of the mirika a koye. Eko provide any evidence ni bibia what trace wundi bone because of what fine. Or say as for accountability, nobody can escape it. People don't know that I have been invited by the NIB to assist in investigations into some issues during my time at the Ministry of Education. I couldn't have declined that invitation. Embra na woye minister of Education, ya tonsa freno, wako BNI, wako assist in issues bia erezi ye, embra no ye Minister of Education no. Or see invitation na ye tonsa freno no, he couldn't resist. He couldn't deny. So obeko. Or say I couldn't have declined that invitation. In fact, I have been to the NIB twice. I have forgotten some of the issues. I can't remember everything that happened while I was in office. That is why we have technocrats and others who assist in running the ministry and keep records. For the issues, I clearly remember I spoke to them during the invitation. Also, you know, as minister, enyama bebre esiye. As Minister of Education, enyama bebre esiye. So wakasa wabeka enyama esiye as Minister of Education nini na obwa. Eno hunti na Ministry of Education no, enye politicians penete ho. Ye Ghana for a wamuye public sector workers a wamuye juma wa ministry ho omo keep records. Enti asemba na ni refia eno ane se obesiki records no wenya. But okọ BNI for ho ensem a wamu bisa no issues a wamu bisa no de okai clearly. And then to me bisa na sembi say o krono sembi koso ha we koso ene de onkai a wose mehre we de menkai. But the okai clearly say esi ye no eno no de ewo ni trim no oni BNI for e share ye e kan de ewo mu ni na e tre BNI for. I always say that those of us in politics should know that no condition is permanent. Inti Napo nsɛm a wɔka ne sɛ woyɛ politician and sɛ wohu ne sɛ from until hɔ daa. And in a bronika no condition is permanent. I see, today you can be in power. The next day you could be in opposition. So politicians in power should always be mindful of what they do with the authority entrusted to them, so that if they are asked to account for their stewardship tomorrow, they can easily do so. I have spent my whole day today at the NIB and I may go there again tomorrow. Inti embra na Napo ka asem no enra. Osi enra ni na the whole day was spending e wo BNI for ho asoye. Na ye ka sei ende kra no. Ye betumi ato nsa afre no ono Napo obeko. Osi the National Intelligence Bureau has commenced a series of investigations into some officials of the former Nana Akufo-Addo administration, including Professor Ameyaw Kumfi and Kweku Ohinijan, former Deputy Director of Operations at the National Service Authority. So Napo has spoken. Now, Napo same we are working. Unim nkrofo Napo ni omo kasa. I don't know, but I feel say minim two things. Either say Napo one pe to me asem. Yen him say Napo any wound to me issues never. In fact, let me show you something. We are going to take a trip down memory lane and then you understand what I want to say. So look right here. This was in July 2024, right? 5 months to say Yebetuaba. Look at what happened. I say Baumia holds strategic meeting with Napo and Chairman Woon to me. I see, the way has been cleared for the National Council of the New Patriotic Party to endorse Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, popularly known as Napo, as the running mate of Mahamudu Bawumia for the December 7th elections. This follows the completion of the necessary consultations by the flag bearer, which saw the acceptance of Dr. Opoku Prempeh by President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP majority in Parliament. Ahead of the presentation of his running mate to the party's National Council, Dr. Bawumia on Sunday evening met with Dr. Opoku Prempeh and the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the party, Bernard Entwibu Esiakon, commonly referred to as Chairman Untumi, to iron out the differences between the two and strategize for the way forward. So clearly, it tells you, say Napo and Chairman Untumi na issue say womuntem. In fact, semunya mobekaya. The nam so Emma Chairman Untumi ba benya asem ewo menhia na nini na eye Napo enkrofo. Napo enkrofo ne kokko kan say Chairman Untumi na akwa kan say wono de asante mamu, he has his own kingdom. Obi antumi nya ne hwe, otumfo ntumi nya ne hwe and all that no. Na ye Napo enkrofo. And so there is this beef, and every single person knows in the MPP between Napo and Chairman Untumi. That is why Bawumia had to meet or had to organize a meeting between Napo and Chairman Untumi before say obe unveil Napo as the running mate. Intino, for me, two things. Napo aba abontin ya walk and same way no. A lot of people are not seeing that angle, but for me, I see that as a subtle shot. Two things. Bakon and say, either said Napo still has beef with Chairman Untumi. Ain't na walk and same we are walking, so that you see a badwemba na ekasa, badwemba tie. So that badwemba be hun say Napo nsemo a walking ni. So wono de wode akoma fan, odi etirimu fan, inti ye frɛ no eno de mirika koye. In essence, no de Napo person trend say ye frɛ no wamba radio so ama be ye dede. Ene mahama maye oden Ghana fo munsori o se esan se wo adwemu fan wa akoma paninti ye frɛ na no de mirika koye a wode ni information koko tudwa because onim se wondi bone. Into what is Napo trying to say? Sende ye chi MPP ni bi. Na MPP ni no ni hu dede. Na MPP ni no wo friend crofo se wo momra mbeboa no. Na MPP fo nso edi na chi akwa akwoboa ne dia na che se MPP no wedi bone. I mean, by reference. Let me read it again so you understand. That is me, my understanding of what Napo is trying to tell us. Or see, in an interview with 1957 News, which was shared on social media, Dr. Opoku Prempeh stated that as a law-abiding citizen who once held high public office, he could not decline the NIB's invitation, especially as he has a clear conscience. Or say as or no, or yeah, law-abiding citizen. BNI for friend or no. Or what adwimu pa, ewa akuma pa, adwimu fine, enim se wondi bone no, ehwa no koye. If you see Chairman to me, the beginning of the problems now, you see police for to friend no. State security to friend Chairman to me. And he was trying to evade. Say on person beba. Now the amount Chairman to me by and say, Embra ye na ye hu se ye ko ni fie. National security for bora Chairman to me fear. Oba be soon ye wo radio so. Ene menye Ghana ni biom ende adani mim e wo Ghana ha. Menye Ghana ni biom ana Asante for munsori o. Inti obeye sa de ni wie ye na national security for ko fa cars ni bi ekoye no. Ena afei Chairman to me be ka se wono de police for atonsa friend na waka trom so obeba Monday. Inti wo hwe the genesis of Chairman to me issue na ni etonsa friend no mpe so obeba. Ye ko ni fie koye gidigidi no ansana woko eno kra no na national security ana yoko for de no na still one person obeko ena yoko for kokko chi no. And that is what people don't understand. It is a Napo kasa say dia na nipa kra no person obeko aye kokko chi no no na adwemu no enye fan ana. It's a question because also no na adwemu fan nti ye friend na no de mrika koye see Andra was spending the whole day. No se wo hwe wo no ne de ne kra dede ni hu nkrofo mpo onim omba abonte man besu wo ho. And it is not only Chairman to me that I feel Napo is talking about. Napo is also talking about Kenofoyata as well. Into one, se Napo kasa say na mi hu ne se wo kasa twi Chairman to me a. Me feel say one either say still Napo has issues with Chairman to me. And the issue be I don't know, but the issue be it looks like it will take very and yet some meeting now won't to many omokoko ye never solve and it was just for the elections, but to me says still issues no or two MPP reports now abano ABR in the reports no they've seen the role that Napo played in MPP losing because yes in the final report no uhwe nyama bia Napo nsem bia no okeka ne senia no ye ne nyama bia ekoso anaga na for enya perception say oye arrogant no clearly ubehu ne say it didn't help the MPP. In fact Kwame Nkrumah nsem okan ni na no clearly ubehu ne say it didn't help the MPP. So probably after Napo reading the report we who say now he needs to take a nationalistic agenda. He needs to create a new brand or a new image as a patriotic person. Because here, this is not the only time Napo waka same way. Embrebi wakasa and Oshe Nitoneshi. Let me show you what Napo said, right? About not comparing Mohammed's it just came into my let me show you. Napo talks about not comparing Mohammed's 6 months. I want to show you something, okay? Probably we'll see the video. It's a story. So this is the story I'm talking about. Now let me show you something. Answer the MPP for be release your report no. I see Napo blast Mohammed's first 100 days. Sites declined in security, Dumso and anti-Galamsey efforts. In this time, the MPP for release your report no. And I say Napo airborne Mohammed said the first 100 days no. Mahama onye. Now after the release of the report, Nancy no. Yebeha Napo Kasano or say, let's be rational. A 7-month government can't be judged like a 4-year one. Tio. And Napo, even though he is not praising His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na memuno, yeni na yenim politics. Once a politician starts speaking a certain way, you know that the politician is trying to say something. It will be an obo Mahama echi se Mahama abon. And then Obaya or say, oh, woman yen to your bossy. Mayen judge Mahama abai no sa keke. Mayen judge it to say Kufuor do 4 years no. Yen to your bossy na fiansa Mahama about 7 months. So it's either say and then about Bontina Napo work on same way. Now say or two a subtle jab at Chema Untumia. That's how I see it. It's either say one, Napo really dislikes Chema Untumi. That is why he's throwing a subtle jab at Chema Untumi. Or two, Napo now is more like changing his brand. He wants to change his brand. He wants to come in the form of a nationalistic person. Into Nansen Walker, sir. Nansen Krakoko Shia. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Usha send your koto ye. Our koto Mahama na. It became talk of the town. In Grofo Bebre say, hey, Napo. I say, in someone and Grofo say Napo your arrogance. And I say, obeso was that perception. No. It's in say he's taking the more nationalistic side. Because we have story where our deba bontia, no one knew. Na Ghana for him. And it looks like in Yama way now, you know, there is a personal blogger, video blogger wodi Napo echia. Eya no video Napo. And then Napo asha said the same way now to Jano. So two things. Analysis not me, and I hope you understand. Atiase. But Napo my atiase. Say, Chema Untumi de na wo no ye no. E friend crofo wo mombra no no ne timu fan wonim se wondi boninti no. Quietly. Oko BNI for omo interview no. Omo bisa no questions. We are no waba ne fie, no waba betena se oni obi ani ansem. And Napo is making Ghanaians know that. You read the comments near here the Ghana for Eka. Efa revelation ya Napo or de ababetu jano. Or say, obviously time changes. Or say this is how law-abiding people behave. So you see, it looks like Ghanaians are even starting to praise Napo. Say, hey, and then Napo why you way there? What you say? Oh yeah, on my papa. Ati asi. Or see, now can these MPP freaks see why some of their looting brigade heroes are ambushed in a Rambo style? When you are invited quietly by the NIB and you honor the invitation, no one needs to know that you were even invited. But if you want to prove that you are Oga, then how else do you expect the security agents to handle you? So now, Napo asem nekrano, odiabano. Indirectly, no, say MPP form ponsem. Our moka say Mahama buying any Mahama buying Rambo style, any Mahama Rambo style. No, because Napo is indirectly telling his own MPP people say that Mahama buying wamunye Rambo style. Some omo yem investigation will be enim. Obi enim say omo yem investigation. Omunye Rambo style biya. Enti Napo in a way is even speaking as a nekasa no kwama. As a Mahama buying some way. Atiase. Or say, now learned his lessons. So people are admitting, say, hey, Napo, I say, oh, say, Atiase, but I'm telling you, it's either say reports now, bano, and Napo ye rebranding. And I believe that's what Napo is trying to do. I say, Napo Prempe, nobody needs to tell you that if the cost of transporting the Ameri power plant from Abuadze to Kumasi is more than double the cost of transporting the same plant from Middle East to Ghana, then you should be ready to answer some questions. I see, so he wants us to question them why and how that cost. From Tema to Kumasi, the transport cost was higher than from Turkey to Ghana, and he don't want to question or say anything about that. He has forgotten that we have seen the light. I say exactly. Not yelling and cursing with victims mentality. I said that is good. John Dramani Mahama and Ibrahim Mahama will be the first people to be arrested in 2028. Till they are able to explain their source of wealth with evidence from GRA, they will end up in prison. What's in our Bemu 8 years? Ibrahim Mahama, Muwa Bemu no. Ejuma Ibrahim Mahama ye wo more time no. Adoye ne kre no ye no more. Uwa betina wa ka say, and Mahama ni Ibrahim Mahama won't answer question. If dear, horse ready before my horse through. Unu no mu saa na mo sere. Etie for one try mo adwon comment box ni mo. But I say.